Akira Toriyama, the man who not only touched my heart, but the hearts of millions around the world, has unfortunately passed away Friday, March 1st, 2024. Toriyama died of an acute subdural hematoma. I probably butchered that, but in easier terms, a clot of blood that develops between the surface of the brain, all at the age of 68. A funeral was held privately with his family in attendance. His death was announced by the production company Bird Studio 1 week later on March 8th. A week should have passed by the time this video is uploaded, but I just want to share my experience on how much this man's work has impacted my life and speak a little bit on how much his work has impacted the life of so many around the world. I used to be those kids who hated anime and called it cringe to run around Naruto running or trying to do the Kamehameha, but now I find myself doing these similar things randomly throughout my day because of this man. In my senior year of high school, a very close friend of mine used to push me daily to watch his favorite childhood anime, Dragon Ball Z. Now, I see the way he's been infatuated with the series, phone case, wallpaper, even a mobile game, Dokkan Battle for any of those wondering. I used to watch him play this game on the bus ride to school and back, thinking I'd never get into something like this. Then one day my high school friend started Naruto. He told me how much he was enjoying the series. He didn't expect to experience this much joy from a type of media produced all the way in Japan. He told me that if I get the chance, I should start Naruto. I used to sit in French class and another one of my friends was telling me how he's watched almost any mainstream anime I can think of. At the time, I knew basically none, so we searched up a top 100 most popular anime list on Google. Surely enough, he watched every single one and was even giving me recommendations on animes to start. I never thought this friend even watched anime, but he managed to keep it so low key. That day I thought to myself, well, there must be something in this media called anime that people are gobbling up. You know what, maybe I'll give anime a try. I asked my close friend which Dragon Ball to start with. Out of fear of not enjoying the series, he told me to skip OG Dragon Ball and go straight to Z, then go back to OG once I finish. He gave me a site to watch Dragon Ball Z on that day, and I went home and I started my very first episode of Dragon Ball Z, not knowing that it was about to change the course of my life forever. That night, I didn't go to bed. I started texting my close friend on how much I was enjoying the series. I was watching it in class, during the bus ride, while eating food, and showering. I was in love with the show I was watching. I finished Dragon Ball Z within a few weeks and went on to OG Dragon Ball and then Super. I couldn't get characters out of my head like Vegeta, Goku, Trunks, Frieza, Hit, Piccolo, Jiren, Gohan, etc. out of my mind. After I finished OG, Z, and Super, I went on to Naruto, then Death Note, then One Punch Man, then Hunter x Hunter. I had jumped into a rabbit hole of media because of one man's work. I started becoming obsessed with Japanese culture, and I started looking more into other things Japanese related. The food, sushi, ramen, gyoza, bubble tea, music. To this day, I still have a YouTube playlist filled with anime openings, endings, and Japanese songs that I listen to randomly. Clothing. I looked more into the streetwear fashion, not really the traditional side, but I was still curious to learn more about both. I could keep going on about this, but I want to keep this relevant to the topic. To think that one show was able to direct me into a whole new world that I was unaware of and ignorantly avoiding because I thought it was weird. I think what got me so hooked into Dragon Ball Z was just the wide cast of characters. They all take very different paths in life and manage to represent different themes throughout the story, such as themes like courage, perseverance, self-improvement, growth, etc. Out of all the characters in the Dragon Ball series, I was heavily impacted by Vegeta's character when first watching. I remember when I first laid eyes on Vegeta and Nappa together, I was laughing my head off to his hairline because I had just seen Raditz fight with Goku, thinking to myself what a weird hairdo, just to find someone else was rocking it too. Even during the Tournament of Power arc, I saw Goku use Ultra Instinct for the first time. I was not only hyped for Goku's transformation, but the transformation of hopefully Vegeta next. I later learned he wouldn't use Ultra Instinct, but that's besides the point. Vegeta's message of ambition and redemption struck a chord in me to change myself for the better. I had watched his roller coaster of a character arc just completely take me by storm. I started going to the gym, eating better, started being more oriented towards my goals in life. A domino effect, all because a young Akira Toriyama wanted to create a story. Even though Goku was the MC, he still managed to create interesting characters that developed and had goals that kept them interesting throughout the show. I'm here today making this video because of Toriyama. Without his work inspiring me, I wouldn't be making content where I can speak passionately about anime manga I oh so much enjoy. It's because the Dragon Ball series wasn't just entertainment for the youth, but an uplifting story some of you may even call art, because it can't be called anything less with the impact it's made not only in Japan, but around the entire earth. Akira Toriyama's success with Dragon Ball contributed to the popularization of shonen manga both in Japan and internationally. Many mangakas were heavily influenced by Toriyama's work. Your favorite anime was most likely influenced by Dragon Ball one way or another, because that's how much of an impact Toriyama made into the anime industry. The big three, Gintama, Hunter x Hunter, and Yu Yu Hakusho, Fist of the North Star. The list goes on, but they grew up enjoying the Dragon Ball series and were inspired into creating their own work. Then those creators inspired the new generation of anime and manga through their work. Just a beautiful wave of authors continuously flowing their genius into the pages, all thanks to the man who started the first ripple effect. Toriyama played a significant role in introducing anime to a global audience. He paved the way for globalization of anime and manga as a form of entertainment worldwide. If you're from North America like myself, you most definitely have heard or seen Pokemon, Beyblade, Bakugan, or Digimon airing on TV before. That is through the help of Toriyama. His storytelling techniques, character design, and world building have just inspired countless creators in various media beyond anime and manga. His approach to storytelling and character development was just so brilliant that it was able to spread worldwide and touch everyone around them. I never looked at Pokemon, Beyblade, Bakugan, or Digimon as an anime but more like a cartoon. Why? Because it was just popularized and modernized through the work of Toriyama. Heck, even Toriyama's longevity as an author has to be studied. The Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z manga and anime was running from the early 1980s to late 1990s. Took a break and put out some spin-offs and Dragon Ball GT. Then he returned with his big hit of Dragon Ball Super. Now, a lot of fans were displeased when they heard the Dragon Ball series was returning because they thought he was trying to milk the series at first. But surely enough, Toriyama let his work do the talking and produced huge arcs, especially the Tournament of Power arc. Just to put this into perspective, Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power arc was so popular in Mexico that there were government-sponsored public watch parties for the final episodes. It became so popular, Japan had to send a formal diplomatic notice commanding Mexico to stop, which they didn't. Multiple fan screenings, one of them reaching up to 30,000 fans and another 10,000 fans. Dragon Ball Super was also the first anime to crash Crunchyroll's site almost every week because fans were returning at the exact minute to watch peak entertainment that was the Tournament of Power arc. Then when Dragon Ball Super finished airing, Toei and Toriyama decided to cook up a feast for the eyes with the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. The movie was so popular in the West, it holds the record for the third most highest grossing anime film in North America. Even Broly himself was loved so much by the fans that Toriyama decided to make him canon and start including him into the manga. Why would he do such a thing? Because that's genuinely how much he loved the fans. He never made the Dragon Ball series in a way to get rich or fame, but to motivate and inspire anyone that decides to appreciate his art. He really did care about his fans, and it hurt to see such a talented author pass away suddenly like this. With his creation of the Dragon Ball series, he's also been able to put food on people's plate by giving them work. A lot of voice actors, both sub and dub, started their career by voice acting the characters in the Dragon Ball series. Not only the voice actors, but even Toei Animations. They were truly grateful for his guidance and contributions to their production. It was such a great honor for them to be able to adapt such a beloved creator's work that could be cherished infinitely around the world. I'm sure there's a lot of people who were able to work with Toriyama throughout the years who deeply respected the work he was doing. It hurts me that this is my first Dragon Ball related content that I've uploaded to this channel, but now I'm going to have to change that. If you made it to the end of the video, all I ask is that you put RIP in the comment section down below to show respect to one of the greatest anime manga creators of our time. The foundation he laid for future mangakas will be something to always remember him by. Even though Toriyama himself is dead, he still lives through the content he produced and the consumers enjoying his work. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.